Hello everyone. Come on in. Come on in. I really didn't even plan on going live today because um I posted two videos earlier. I want y'all to still go check those out if you haven't seen them. One is about the Nene interview that she just did with Carlos King, and the other is about um it's like a part 2 to my Dollar Tree makeup series. So make sure y'all go check those out. Also, I want to let you guys know that La Vida Rosa Style is up and running. You can find accessories like the ones I'm wearing, as well as these rings that are handmade. So make sure y'all check out my website. I'm actually going to put it in the comments. Make sure y'all check that out. So, it's crazy because Ready to Love has been, I mean, they've been on one since the first episode. I can't lie, it's been more entertaining than some of the past seasons, but it's just, I've never seen this group is rowdy, very rowdy, okay? And it's like, I cannot believe some of the things that I'm seeing from these people. You would think because they're a little bit older, it just wouldn't be like that. But it's like a lot going on. Hey, pretty Scorp 80. Hey, Tara. Yes, the website is ready. Thank you. Make sure y'all shop lavidarosastyle.com. And hey, Danielle. So yes, I don't know. I felt the need to come on here and address this because um Janelle did a live, and basically she was kind of exposing like the behind the scenes of what is going on with Ready to Love and how they treat the contestants. And just, I mean, obviously she exposed some of the contestants as well, but I wanted to get on here and talk about it because um some of these things we've been hearing beforehand, and I wanted to discuss that. And then we'll lightly touch on this little feud she has with Kat. I really don't want to get too much into that, um, because I don't know. I hate to see that they're going back and forth in this way, and it got to the point where it almost came to blows. Like, I really do hate that. But let me pull up my notes. And we're gonna talk about her live that she did first. So first of all, she said that she did apply to be on the show because she was a fan of the show, and she really wanted to find love. And it's like, okay, if you're a fan of the show, then you should already know that their success rate with these couples very low. Very low. Like, especially for me, someone who has watched the show and also reviewed it, I'm just like, most of these people that make it to the end do not end up together. And even the people, for instance, Rashid and Simone, they didn't end up together based on the show. They got together after the show, and even they are not still together. So the show just does not have a good success rate. And if you were a big fan of the show, then you should know that. You know what I'm saying? There's she tried to say that she had no desire to get on the show for clout or popularity, that she's already popular, and this is not even the show to get popular off of. But I mean, you can't tell me you don't want the slightest bit of clout coming on a TV show to find love. Come on. Because if she is as successful as she says that she is, she could easily hire a matchmaker. And in this same live, she said she had no trouble finding men or men being attracted to her, whatever. So it's just not adding up to me. That part of it is not adding up to me. She just her whole attitude this live was very condescending, and feeling like she's better than everybody involved. um yeah, that was her attitude, and it's really not going to help her beat the mean girl allegations. Okay. So anyway, she said when she saw some of the people, she saw the social media of some of the people that were going to be on the show. Basically, she didn't want to do it anymore because she thought she was better than them, men and women. She just felt like that's not her caliber of people, and she just didn't want to be on the show. And she said the producers ended up convincing her to stay. And then when she did stay, she happened to come across some men that did spark her attention. At one point, she was like, she doesn't understand why everybody was mad at her for not being attracted to Chris, because everybody was saying how fine Chris was. And she was just saying, yeah, he's fine, but can he speak? And I was like, oh, like, did Chris do anything to you? Like, oh my goodness. Like, I couldn't believe she came in his neck like that. Maybe we'll see later on in the season she got into it with Chris. I hope, I don't hope that they got into it, but I hope that they at least bumped heads at some point for her to be saying that about him. I was like, dang. So anyway, let me see. Then she brought up the whole Habitat situation. Habibi, for those who don't know. I don't like to call him that. I'll call him Habitat. But she goes into detail and says, like, the first day, she's like touching up her makeup or something, and she turns around and he's standing like right up on her. They're like face to face, and like I guess her like chest, they were chest to chest. She was right up on him because he was right behind her, and he told her, don't put your boobs on me again or I'm going to SUK them. SUK them. Totally disgusting, totally nasty, like definitely SA or SH harassment. I think he should have been immediately removed once they found out, because she did say that she told production, she told the proper people, and they did nothing. And he still exhibited similar behavior at the reunion, according to her. And she thought, because she told the people in charge that they would go ahead and get rid of them, she didn't think that she would have to, get on camera and say it. She thought that they would handle it accordingly. And apparently they didn't. And she said when she did say it on camera, it was in front of Tommy. And that was Tommy's first time hearing it. And he really was livid. I still, he still shouldn't have gotten to the point where he was up for elimination. He should have been immediately eliminated. And honestly, he shouldn't have even been asked back for the reunion. Yeah. I don't know. She was not wrong in this situation. And I feel like they did not handle that right. Then she started really going in on production and saying that they had, basically their filming was like 12 plus hours. From the first day, it was from like 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. I was like, oh my goodness, like that's all day and night. She felt some type of way because they wanted her to use a porta potty at the little hoedown that they had, and she refused to lower her standards and literally told them, no, you're gonna have to walk me in the house so I can use a proper bathroom. Which I could respect that. Like, porta potties are disgusting. I don't blame her for that at all. She also rallied the other contestants to have a meeting with production because they were having these long hours and they were not providing them food. And I'm just like, Ready to Love, y'all got to do better than that. Y'all have to do better than that. from what I've heard, they already don't get paid much for this show. These people are what, regardless of whether they're fraudulent or whether they're not being authentic or whatever, they are putting their name out there, their likeness out there, their reputation. And so y'all could at least feed these people at these events. She also said that they would go on multiple dates, and we would only see a few of them. She would also say that they were not allowed to date outside of being filmed. So, if she had like 7 people after her and wanting to call and talk to her, that's going to take up all of her time. So she just chose the top few people that she would want to talk to because it would just be too much. And I can imagine that would be, because everybody is dating everybody. And I know a lot of people in this process get a little, they feel away because maybe they feel like people are not reaching out to them the way they should. But when you put it in that perspective, it's like, it's kind of hard to keep up with however many people talking to them on the phone, and then you got to work, and then you got other responsibilities in life. You know what I'm saying? um Let me see. She does feel like that she does feel like she was targeted with the editing, and kind of framed to be a villain or a mean girl or whatever you want to call it. Mm, Janelle, I think that I just think that you do have mean girl ways, and they showed it. Now, maybe they didn't show the fullness of your personality. Maybe there was some nice moments they didn't include, but I do believe that you have those tendencies. Um, because you not only showed it on the show, you're showing it online. And then she said that she was thrown off by Kira wanting to get to know her. So when they're all on a group date, and Kira is like asking her questions, trying to get to know Janelle. Janelle was just like, "You need. Why are you talking to me? You need to be talking to the men." And I'm just like, "Oh, that was a little rude." You know what I'm saying? Like that's some of the mean girl behavior that that people are talking to. Like, the women do develop some sort of friendship or camaraderie with each other, and that's like, especially if you're a viewer of the show, that's what happens as well. So I don't know, like, uh when she said, I'm just like, that's not helping the mean girl allegations. um she said that, you know she asked Red in front of her, Kira, if he liked her, just so that he would, basically have to be honest in front of the both of them and say what it was. And then Kira was like, well, he likes us both because we're both high maintenance. And she basically was saying about Kira that you can't possibly be bougie like me because you carry a fake purse. And she was like, there's nothing wrong with carrying a fake purse because she did that when she was younger as well. But then she was basically standing on the fact that she called the purse fake. Like, if you didn't have a fake purse, I wouldn't say it. I'm like, I truly think that Janelle doesn't see anything wrong with the things that she does. Because the way she was explaining it in this live, you could tell she didn't see nothing wrong. Even watching it back, she didn't see absolutely nothing wrong with what she said at all. She also brought up the fact that she didn't like that Kira said that she was the closest thing to a white woman out of the group. And, she tried to soften the blow by saying personality wise. But she was like, that's not a compliment. And you seem like you hate yourself, and you change your voice to be this Valley Girl tone. But after a few drinks late night, the real you comes out. And her real name is not Kira. She did get disrespectful and say it's something like Bonquisha. And I'm like, you didn't have to go there with the name. Okay. We already get enough stereotypes about the name. But basically she said that Kira was a fraud. She said the only real women there were her, Sierra, and Jessica. And she said that people were lying about what they did for a living, and saying they had jobs when they didn't, and saying they own gyms. I'm like, who said they owned a gym and they don't? I'm like, she was definitely throwing a lot of shots. She said told her that production made her say mean things about Jessica and Janelle, and that she called them mean girls in her confessionals. She called them Beavis and Butthead. Janelle said she laughed at it. She thought it was funny. And she was like, you never know how they edit things, but we can be cool after this still. You let me know. And, Janelle just, I mean, Tequila just went on and on about her reputation, how she would never say things like that because, production enticed her to do it or whatever. And then when it came to the ladies' lounge where they had the big blow up, she basically was saying everything that she said production told her to say or they had her lie about, but she was saying it as if she really meant it. And all of what she said about Tequila, I could totally believe because Tequila did seem very unhinged. So I could see her going back and forth with that. Um, and she also said Tequila was the one who told her that Quentin only dated white women. And she was like, well, why do you say that? And she said Leanne only sees him at the gym with white women. And she was like, well, are they his clients? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is the context with him being with these white women at the gym? Um, that doesn't necessarily mean that he only likes white women. And she basically told her, well, he be on my line, so and I'm not white, so obviously he does like black women. Um and yeah, that's pretty much it for her live. Um I did think a lot of what she said was interesting as far as um production and what goes on behind the scenes because it seems kind of janky, not gonna lie. And I hate to hear that people are basically having these, 12, 16-hour days and not even getting fed. That is completely crazy. They need to work on that. And let me see. The other thing I was gonna talk about real quick. So this little feud between Janelle and Kat really has gotten out of hand. Um, so I don't know what started it. I'm just going based off of what I'm seeing here on this page. They have gotten together all the screenshots. So I don't plan on going through everything word for word. I'm just gonna, lightly touch on this. Um, Janelle said before y'all start, we met Kat outside of the restaurant before walking in, and everyone welcomed her with smiles and hugs. Don't let editing fool you. So on the show, they made it seem like when Kat walked through the door, all the women were side-eyeing her and looking her up and down, when in actuality, they met her before that and they were very welcoming. So I wouldn't be surprised because the power of editing, I could totally see them doing that. But Kat said that was Cap, and I didn't hear a peep from you. Stop the cap. And wait a minute. Personal thing. So then they proceeded to go back and forth. Y'all, I honestly do not feel like reading all of this. I feel like they are at their big ages, they should not be going back and forth like this on the internet. It was way too much. If y'all want to pause and read this, you may. Um, at some point, Kat responded back to Janelle and said, "You can never sit at my table. You are insecure. I gave you 5 minutes. Your next comment needs to be in person. Pull up, valet. Oh wait, you don't have a car. I'll tell concierge to let you up." And this is Janelle actually pulling up to her apartment. I'm not gonna play the sound because she was cursing. She was cursing the whole time, but they basically pulling up to where she lives, ready to fight her. And I feel like this went way too far. If y'all are trying to fight each other. Like, oh my goodness. That's why I put in the title, this ain't ready to love, this ready to fight. Oh my goodness. Now, Janelle did say in her live that that is one of her shortcomings, is that she is, you know, ready to knuck if you buck. But you're you're 40 years old. Like, you're too beautiful. You are too successful. From what she ran down her resume, how she used to put on big productions for big fashion designers. And I'm just like, and then she said that, she was worried about these people being not on her caliber for her to be on the show, but then you act like this. I could not believe, like, she actually pulled up. Like, really? I don't think, has it ever gotten to this point? Especially like off screen? Like, come on, y'all. Come on. Come on. And I really hope this is not like over a man. I hope that's not like the underlying thing that's happening here. But it just feels like catty drama that has gone too far. Seriously. Like, I I I don't even know what to say, y'all. I don't even know what to say. Like, this is completely crazy to me, and I just did not expect that. Like, even though Janelle, you could see that she had like her little rowdy side to her, we were shocked when she and Tequila stood up. Exactly. Like, oh my goodness. Like, as much as this show, like, they'll get into the verbal arguments, but the caddy about to fight? Really? And imagine if Cat did come down there and y'all did fight. Like, y'all could have gotten arrested. Like, y'all have too much to lose, both of y'all, to be fighting. It just, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, no. I just could not. I cannot. I cannot. Like, is this Love and Hip Hop? Like, is this the Bad Girls Club? Yes, you would think that a show like this, especially with people in their 30s and 40s, that y'all would be past all of that. So let me scroll up and see what y'all are saying in the comments. I really like Janelle initially, but she's definitely a mean girl. I totally feel the same way. Janelle was all over the place. She's unhinged. She slipped under my radar. I peeped the mean girl bit, but not to this extent. Please no spoilers. I hope that's not a spoiler. I'm just gonna skip over it. Acting like that at her big age, she also said she looks don't matter, then proceeded to imply some people were ugly. She sure did. Yeah, she was talking about Country Chris when she was saying, but can you talk? And I didn't appreciate that, because I don't think that Chris is ignorant. He does seem like he knows how to articulate himself. He just has a thick country accent. And just because you have a country accent doesn't mean that you're dumb or you can't speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't like that because I have a country accent. It might not be as thick as his, but you can be intelligent and have a country accent. So I wasn't here for that. Janelle goes after everyone. You have to ask yourself, is it you or them? Um, Sandra said Chris was a teacher. He's just nervous. Exactly, exactly. And you got it. I could totally see him being nervous. He was new to the situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you're in front of cameras. So, this is going to be presented to millions of people. Well, I don't know about millions, but this is going to be presented to a wide audience that you're not used to. So, yes, like, I could totally see him being nervous. Lee, I thought, owned the gym. Oh, she was talking about Lee. Okay. Did Lee say she owned a gym on the show? I can't remember. I do remember her saying she's like a personal trainer, and she's big on social media with her fitness. Woo child to ghetto. Aries says the scene between Tequila and Janelle was a lot longer than what we saw. I could totally see that as well. I could see that as well. So y'all, yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say about everything. Um, I hate that this happened, and I really hope that it doesn't continue to progress. I hope that they go ahead and squash the beef. I think they already filmed the reunion, so why are we still fighting? Y'all don't even have to be associated with each other anymore. Y'all don't even have to see each other anymore if you don't want to. Please, let's just you go your way, you go your way. Please let this go. Please. Um, before I leave, I do want to remind you once again that I have posted two videos earlier today. One was a recap of the Nene Leakes interview with Carlos King, as well as a Dollar Tree makeup video. I did a full face using Dollar Tree makeup, and it was flawless, if I do say so myself. I'm just kind of showing you how you could save money buying certain products from Dollar Tree. And finally, don't forget to check out my website, lavidarosastyle.com, where you can find cute accessories like the ones I'm wearing right now. Okay. And there's like a lot of things on sale, so make sure you go check those out. And also, I have custom rings that I made myself on the website as well. So make sure you check that out. And shout out to the 39 people in here. Um, I appreciate you being here, and I will see you in my next one. Thank you all for congratulating me on my website. For those who don't know, I actually had my website for a couple of years. I had to put my website on hiatus for a year because my grandmother, she got sick, and I had to basically devote all of my time to taking care of her. And so I wasn't able to keep up with the orders, so I had to shut it down. And, you know, it's kind of bittersweet for me because my at the time my website was doing very well, and it's like now I kind of have to start all the way over. And maybe one day I'll sit down and I'll, really talk to y'all about this, but I kind of am starting over when it comes to social media in a lot of ways because I had to put everything on hold, and it's been it's been a journey, but I do believe that I'm going to come back and it's going to be bigger and better. And yeah, I would love your support. Make sure you check out my website. It like I said, there's a sale going on over there, and my best sellers are my cassette tape earrings. So make sure you check those out, and I will see you in my next one. Peace.